Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another fantastic episode of Foxborough Central. I am Bob Hickey, your host, and I thank you for taking a little bit of time to join me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough truly the gem of Norfolk County. And how can any of us in this entire conglomeration we call a town think of a better day than Founders Day? And Founders Day, of course, is a nonprofit organization, the Founders Day Committee. What they do every year is spectacular. They bring us community spirit, they bring us community giving, and they bring us, yes, strawberry shortcake. That's right. We're talking about Founders Day. I'm very honored to be joined today by Kristen Gustafson. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Steve Uden. It is a pleasure to see both of you today. So, we're going to do it again, huh?
We are.
All right. What are we going to do this year?
We are doing Farms and Flowers of Foxborough. That's our theme this year.
Farms and Flowers of Foxborough. Mm-hmm. I like the alliteration, but what does it mean?
Well, we're kind of involving like some historical farming families, honoring them, and also, flowers, agricultural, and history of Foxborough into the theme of this year's parade, and that's basically what we thought of this year and what we're going with.
Oh, we're going to dig into the roots of Foxborough and see what blossoms.
That's right.
Sorry about that, everybody.
No, but you did get the dirt. You're right.
Speaking of dirt, let's get the real dirt. Steve, tell me about the day. Is the weather going to be nice?
The weather is supposed to be nice. If there's anything that comes in that interferes with it, we're going to see if the town manager can make it go away.
Well, you know what? If anybody can do it, it would be Bill Keegan. So, got a question for you then. So, this year, Founders Day is on Saturday, June 11th, 2016, correct?
Yes.
And the festivities begin on the field after the parade, and the parade starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, everybody should grab their spot on Central Street or around the Common, maybe hit Bird. And the fire trucks come first, and then the community groups. So, how's the parade shaping up this year?
It's good, but I think you should know, and it's good that you mentioned when it starts, because we work a lot with public safety very closely throughout the course of the year in our planning, and the roads will close in town for the parade route at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. So anybody coming up should plan on that and sort of wiggle around town and make sure they don't park.
It's always a good reminder, and Chief O'Leary, of course, does a great job every year supporting the Founders Day Committee, which is a nonprofit organization. People should not forget that this is a committee made up of volunteers. It's not a town function per se. And the many countless police officers and public safety personnel are also donating their time for the most part. So much credit to them, and credit to the volunteers. Tell me about the committee this year. How are we looking?
The committee is fantastic. There's about, I'd say, 12, 13, 14, 15 people. And we all have little individual roles, but then again, we will take over and help out anything that we have to do, because the whole thing is planning this big party a year in advance, and we have to make sure that every little detail, whether it be, who does the field, who does the parade, we have it broken down into sections, fireworks, budget. I mean, there's a lot that goes into planning all of this.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And there's people that have been on this committee for a long time, people it's their first year, and we always need new people. And I think we had a meeting tonight, as a matter of fact, and one of the topics was, I really wish that we could have some more fresh faces and some fresh energy into the committee.
It's great that you bring that up, because we here at Foxborough Cable Access are also made up of volunteers, and thank you both for coming out after your meeting. You're pulling double duty as of this taping, so perhaps if you're listening at home, you'll hear their shout out, and maybe if you have a few extra hours, you'll think about making a commitment, even if not to this year's Founders Day. It's a recurring theme. Next year there'll be another one, bigger, better, but how could it be bigger than the fireworks that we're going to have this year? Are they paid for? Is it all good?
Yeah, that we pay. I think it's the day of that we pay our final installment.
We're ready to go with fireworks.
We are ready. Yep.
And the nice thing about the volunteering is, which is, we do pay for that, but all the volunteer staff helps coordinate it with town officials, etc. But the nice thing about volunteering is it's not just the day of. It's actually, the minute we close Founders Day this year, we start planning a week or two for next year. But the pace of the volunteering that you do is very well done and really doesn't get into an intense crunch until about 3-4 weeks before it. And then we meet on a regular basis. But you can help out all year, and there's a million different things that you can do.
There's a playbook.
There's a playbook, and we need every aspect of talent that we can get on the Founders Day Volunteer Committee.
So during the live election coverage, you took a little bit of time to be my guest, and we talked about having volunteers come to the meetings. Before we get to that, I want to remind everybody that you should show up for Founders Day on Saturday, June 11th, 2016. Parade starts at 10. The field activities are after that. Of course, we here at Cable Access will provide live parade coverage. I'll be your host, along with some other wonderful people who will come out and and also good friends of mine, Monica Fizzler, who's appeared on the show before, and hopefully she'll make a guest appearance as well. If you cannot wait until Founders Day to find out what's going on, because the field activity is really a day for the nonprofit organizations. Come out, spend your money. It helps them make it their budget for the year. Plus, it's a great opportunity to see your friends and neighbors. There will be food on the field, there'll be games, there'll be prizes, probably a few reunions, and all sorts of good things like that. To find out more, you can go check them out on the web at
Foxborough with the UGH, all one word, FoxboroughFoundersDay.com.
Yep.
We have a Facebook site, which is 3 words, Foxborough Founders Day.
You can be a friend.
You can be a friend. We love new friends. And then if you want to email us, maybe we can talk about that at the end of the show.
Sure, absolutely.
On the screen. Sure.
Well, we'll give a shout out now to the email. If you want to volunteer, there's no better way than to make your name known, and the best way to do that would be to send an email to Kristen and Steve and Cindy and Steve Drew and all the other folks out at the Founders Day Committee and tell them, hey, I want to volunteer. You can do that by sending an email to FoxboroughFoundersDay@gmail.com, and spelled the correct way with the UG. You can also call Cindy's Diamond and Jewelry Gallery here. They're our next door neighbors, of course, here at the cable studio. You can call them up at 508-543-4943 for additional information, or you can come visit Cindy's here in beautiful downtown Foxborough. It's nice to say beautiful downtown Foxborough.
A lot happens from that store for Founders Day. The family does an incredible job at volunteering.
They do. They give an awful lot, as do the committee members, but so does the community. So let's talk about some of the fun field activities. Do you know anything about what's going on in the field?
Sure.
Maybe you could share a secret or two without spilling all the beans.
Well, I know that definitely the doll carriage parade is going to happen this year.
Always a hit.
Favorite events.
Yes.
It starts, registration's at noon, and it kicks off at 1 o'clock.
Are you going to get Jay Leno to host it?
No.
Are you going to get Brad Parks to host it?
No, I have.
Are you going to get Jimmy Kimmel Live to host it?
No, I have someone way better.
Who could that be?
You, of
Oh,
course. Come
hey.
on, our Foxborough's own finest. Come
Gosh,
on.
oh, I'm blushing.
Your agent was very cooperative
He
with
was.
this year.
Well, he took his cut of the commission.
Yeah.
By
We worked
golly,
you into
did a
our
great
budget
job.
this year.
After
Thank
that,
you.
I think I'm paying you, and I would pay for the honor. So, on a serious note, that's at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And there's also a basketball tournament, I'm sure,
This
every year there is.
There's no basketball tournament.
No, which means there's no excuse for everybody not to show up to the tennis courts at
Right.
1 o'clock for the doll carriage and wagon parade.
Right.
And there's a theme. Everybody decorates.
Farms and Flowers of Foxborough, and you can just bring your carriage. I just want kids to have fun, get a ribbon. Everyone gets a ribbon, and it's boys and girls, ages 3 to 9, and it's just so much fun. It's a historical contest in
It's
Foxborough.
adorable,
It's
too.
adorable. It's
I
cute,
love watching it.
and
It's a lot of fun.
and it's kids just come out, and it's a nice memory.
It is, and I love being a part of it. Thank you very much for allowing me to do that. And Kristen is great running this. I think it's a family tradition now, right? So you took it over, and now you're running with it, I suppose.
That's
so,
right. Some other groups that are going to be there will be some nonprofits. I think we have like anything from like Boy Scouts, I would say church groups.
Rotary will be there. All the organizations that do really great work in the town will be there.
All the nonprofits, a lot of student groups are out
Yeah.
there. It's a great way to
Reunion
just see
groups,
what's going on.
high school reunion
Absolutely.
groups.
Absolutely, and food. There's always going to be food.
There's a couple things, if I could throw them
Oh,
in there,
yeah.
that are pretty cool.
Tell us, yeah.
Thanks to our friends at the National Guard,
Oh, this is awesome.
we're going to have a Black Hawk helicopter there that's going to
Really?
land in the morning safely. We're working with public safety to make sure all that goes well, and that'll be on display until about noon. And we coordinate that with our team that works on the fireworks so that it's all done very safely. So we're going to have a full-on Black Hawk helicopter there. Firehouse is going to do a safety
Control burn.
information and in session and do another burn.
I know the kids always get a blast out of that.
There will be the awesome smelling cow flop bingo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the aromatic cow flop
I wonder
contest.
if Mr. Selectman Jim DeVellis is going to be the referee this year.
Likely, the judges will see who they are, but they're always somebody exciting and interesting and friendly.
We can only
We're going to
hope
have a
because
couple bands.
Well, we all know how the cows respond to Jim.
Yes, and they.
Are you
they
picking
do
up what
like
I'm
him.
laying down?
I'm picking up what you're laying down, and we all like Jim and all our civic leaders. And it would be nice to have him there in his referee shirt. The other thing we're going to have is we're going to have the Bay State Stompers giving us some fun afternoon music. And then as the evening comes closer, the Galley Dogs will be back with some good old cover tunes, rock and roll, and great musicianship. And then what's at the highlight at the end?
Well, of course, the highlight for me is seeing Gordy Wilhelm on the drums, but
Yeah.
with the Galley Dogs. But of course, it is the Foxborough Founders Day fireworks. For my money, the best fireworks display this side of the Mississippi
good.
River.
They're a darn good show, and
very good.
We're planning on having another one. So we're
Now
working.
we have new people living in town, and so maybe now is a great opportunity to share with them that the fireworks are set off at the high school, but the best place to watch them is either up at the high school or down at the field, at the Babe Ruth Field, at the Foxborough, at the Booth Playground, and throughout that. And it usually ends up being a sea of people, and it's quite
Right next to the
an
Igo
energetic
Elementary
environment.
School.
What happens is we clean the field off with the day's events, and then it turns into a picnic blanket and beach chair environment, and it is the classic idyllic Norman Rockwell small town fireworks display that lasts about 20 minutes, something like that, and it's the oohs and the ahs and the wows and the wowies.
Well, it is a remarkable show, and I think you undersell it because the 20 minutes really is a very lengthy fireworks display, and it's one of the highlights of my year, obviously. But the entire day is a highlight, and so I want to remind everybody, check them out on the web at www.foxboroughfoundersday.com. You can spell it the correct way with the UGH. You can also be their friend on Facebook, link up with them, and find out all the latest news. So, Kristen.
Yes.
As we're talking about latest news, is it too late to get your spot along the parade route? Is it too late for a participant to become a part of the parade? Is it too late to get on the field? Is it too late?
I don't think it's ever too late. I think if you really want to be in this Foxborough Founders Day, we make it possible that everyone can get in. You just need to contact the right people. If it's about the field, the best person to contact is Monica Fizzler. About the parade, it's Monica Fizzler.
Right.
If it's about the field, it's Scott O'Donnell.
Okay.
He's the key player in that. He also has another person helping him, Peter. Yeah, St. Laurent.
Yep.
He's done this for many, many years. And they will make sure to get you which forms you need, what you need to set up and all that to make sure that if you want to be a part of Foxborough Founders Day, you will do that. But you got to contact them through the website. And if you don't know how to call them, just call Cindy's Jewelry Shop.
At 508-543-4943.
Definitely.
It's all right there, and the website is a really good funnel to contact us. That's how we distribute the work. So
Makes sense.
It's,
And then,
it's
of
well
course,
done.
an email to Foxborough Founders Day
We will
gmail.com.
Including, we are a nonprofit, and this is a self-funded event by community donations. In fact, we both want to thank the town for Saturday. We had our boot drive with our rockets out there standing on all four corners, basically trapping people at stop signs and with a smile, hopefully, and people were very generous. We have another fundraiser coming up at the Foxborough Stop and Shop this coming Saturday. And we will be fundraising there pretty much all day from about 7 to maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon with some shifts. And that's how we put this on. This is all funded by people's generosity.
So depending upon when you're watching it, that'll be on June 4th at the Stop and Shop here in Foxborough. And of course, you're referencing the Memorial Day Saturday. And the Founders Day Committee, just to show what an esteemed place they have in our community, they're one of only 3 organizations that are allowed to can on the Commons. So that's
right.
a very...
It was just really awesome. Like, you know, you'd see so many people on this past Saturday, and literally people were like, "Is this for the fireworks?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they'd be like, "Here's $20. You know, you guys have the best." They were from like, there was some soccer tournament going on. They weren't even from Foxborough,
Right.
and they were like, "We're coming to your fireworks." And I thought that was just so great. You know what I mean?
It's really done with the love of the town, and even some people from Mansfield we talked to, and other towns they come in, they were like, we come to it, we love it, we think it's a great thing. And whether you're shaking change from your ashtray
Yeah.
into the bucket, or you know, it's not the dollar amount, it's the soul of it, and we saw that all day, and it's really charming, it's really beautiful.
Well, you mentioned the soul of it, and I would just take that one step further. Truly, that is the joy that is Founders Day, is that it's really the soul of our community. Every town or city has a signature event of some sort, but Foxborough's Founders Day is truly special, and it's a wonderful feel-good day, and I know the weather's going to be great. Even when it's not, it's always
Fantastic.
great. And the important thing, though, is to come out, bring the family, bring the kids, take some time, bring your blanket, bring a little money, have some fun. Life is good. And I would also point out that for people who want to learn how to volunteer, it's not an overly horrible commitment. There are meetings throughout the year. You're telling me about it the other day.
Our meetings are probably about 45 minutes to an hour. Once it's like I think it's 6 weeks until Founders Day. We meet every Tuesday night. Again, each year we make it a different night to accommodate everybody. It's like once a month, you know, after Founders Day. I think we take a couple months off. But we decide, like, we divvy up the ideas and the roles and what needs to be done. And it really, I mean, we had people just on the drive this weekend that, you know, weren't even a part of Founders Day. And we just desperately need people because it's kind of getting smaller and smaller. And there's so many people that are part of this great town that I know would really love to be a part of this.
Well, people cycle, and it's always important to bring on new folks.
It's true, and life changes. We all age, our families grow and move and that sort of thing. So we need to bring people into the chute and bring it up, and we've done that. We're both those people that have come in, you know, what the participation you do and the team at FCA. You know, everybody sort of blends in, and it works, but we have to keep people interested in coming in to volunteer.
Absolutely.
Well, I've always said that Foxborough is built on the back of volunteers, and this is one great shining example of that.
Yeah,
so
well said.
I'm going to give you the final word, folks. By the way, I just want to ask about the funding. So we talk about the rocket drive and the fundraiser up at Stop and Shop. And most of us are used to seeing the thermometer down by the McKinsey's building. So quickly, what are the major funding sources? Is there sponsorships, or is this really all people donating their change?
No, we've had companies, groups, other people just write checks, neighbors, anybody can write a check to help fund Founders Day. It's anyone from the big people like the Patriots.
And Dooley's helped us out. Dooley's Cartage has helped us out very much. Babel's Paint's one of our sponsors.
Definitely.
It's the coins and the change that really make it, and the donations that come in large and small donations from every organization. So the sports teams here in town, the vendors, the volunteers, and the people. If you can give a quarter, that's great. If you can give a $250,000, that's great. And to answer your question, funding is done mostly on a generosity basis. We're not an income generating organization.
And that brings back
That's what
full
happens.
circle. It's a community event. It's done by community people, and it's funded by the community. So
right.
it's a free day for folks, so don't feel as though it's something that you have to bring money, but it's a great way to support the nonprofits and have an inexpensive day having some fun. So I'm going to give you folks the last word. I'm going to remind everybody one last time, Foxborough Founders Day is on Saturday, June 11th. Is there a rain date?
No.
That's because it's not going to rain. The parade starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. It starts down by the mobile station on Central Street, and then it works its way up to the Common, and then it goes down to the railroad tracks, slides up railroad, comes back on Bird, and then makes its way around the Common to the field activities, and the field activities commence when the parade ends. See how cool that is? It's amazing. And if you want to find out more, you can check them out on the web at www.foxboroughfoundersday.com, spelled the UG way. Check them out on Facebook. Be their friend. They want to be your friend. You can email them at foxboroughfoundersday@gmail.com. It's not too late to get involved on the field with your nonprofit organization or in the parade with your nonprofit or business. And everybody loves a float and everybody loves a parade. You should be there. I'll even give you a shout out at the parade on television. Won't that be exciting?
There should be float contests. I think people out there should try to outdo each other on the float. People do pay a fee to be in the parade, but everything else that Founders Day does is free. The doll carriage parade, there's no charge. Any other little events that we have, there's no charge. And then if you can help the nonprofits out with their whatever their wares or food they're selling, that's where the money goes. It doesn't go back to us.
And if you want to find out for sure, you can always go down and talk to Cindy down at Cindy's Diamond and Jewelry Gallery right here on Central Street, our neighbors here at the cable shop. Call her up at 508-543-4943 to get more information and maybe even buy a t-shirt. So, Kristen, last word.
Just please come to Foxborough Founders Day, enjoy it, love it, and let's keep this tradition going. It's just a wonderful community to see everyone out in the community.
Fantastic. And Steve?
We've been doing this for 28 years as a group, as people come in and out. I think the one rule everybody has to know is this: you can give candy away from your floats, but you can't throw it from your floats. So have little buckets and adorable little people or nice people handing the candy to people in the street, but don't throw it from your float. That's the only rule.
You heard it here
safe.
first. And be safe. Thank you so much, Steve, for coming out and sharing.
Nice to see you, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank
Always
you
a
again.
pleasure.
Thank you, everybody here.
Thank you.
And thank you, folks at home, for watching our little production. If you'd like to learn more, how about you can volunteer for the Foxborough Founders Day Committee? Again, go to their website. If you'd like to learn more about how to volunteer for Foxborough Cable Access, and join me having a lot of fun like I do with Betty Travers behind the camera, Deb Storrs, Mike Stewart, and Paul Beck behind the glass. You can check us out at www.fcatv.org, and that is also the place you should go if you missed any of this good information and you want to see it again. Of course, if I had a chance to see Steve and Chris, and I'd probably do that. I just put a screen capture as my save on my computer. But I digress. I hope to see you next time, folks. Have a great day, Foxborough.
Good night. Thank you.
Our DPW workers.
And Linda, I'm going to let you talk about Foxborough Founders Day and who's sponsoring us, and also maybe touch upon one of the key leaders of Founders Day, which was, of course, is Carl Cush. While I get down, and I'm going to get ready to talk to our friend Cindy Hatta-Drew. So why don't you take it away, Linda? Sponsors for Foxborough Founders Day are?
So sponsors for today are Dooley Disposal. We've got.
Well, that would be the Atlas Professional Fireworks, the United Site Services, and our very own, starts with a B, a paint shop.
Sorry, Bob, can't read your writing. So this started way back when with Carl Cush, and great friend of mine and the whole town. Carl passed away in 2010, but this was his special day, and it has just grown over the years. She's surely missed.
Marshall
Grand
for this year's
Marshal is
parade.
Steve Massey riding along in that drop-down convertible.
Well, he's not actually riding because he's leading the band.
I'm sorry.
And here they come.
There he is. He's not in it. There he is. Congratulations, Steve. You've done a wonderful job.
Let's take a sit back and listen to the Foxborough High School Marching Band. Coming up now is the Foxborough Youth Lacrosse Program, founded in 2003 by a half dozen volunteers. That's 6 to you and me, Linda.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. They were passionate about the game. The first season offered a boys' youth program with 3 age groups. The following season it began the girls' program, and now it encompasses all ages from 1st through 8th grades with over 220 young players. Here we go. At Reedville on August 29th and September 4th of 1861. After training, they left Massachusetts for Washington, D.C. It's a Pontiac.
It's a Pontiac GTO. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
It's a Le
It's
Mans.
my friend Lynn Gian and Peggy Shea. That's who it is.
And here comes...
And it's Petty.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Peggy's Paddy Wagon. My goodness.
Peggy's Paddy Wagon. It's a 1960
convertible.
Of course, driving out of order because I'm sure the convertible couldn't stand being behind Ron and Mike Cataldo, each driving the 1931 Ford Model A's. So they must have passed them on Central Street.
They must have.
We should get Chief O'Leary out here because there's no passing on Central Street, don't you know? It's a double yellow line. How dare they?